Check, check. Hey, just a quick reminder, we're going to start here in just about 3 minutes or so. Our broadcasting team, run by Chase, who's right there, is running the live stream tonight. So if you would like to share the concert with somebody who's not here, able to be here tonight to watch it, you can send them the link, youtube.com/Oiler News. It will come up in the live section. And it's running right now, right, Chase? It is. So if you have anybody who can't be here tonight and wants to see it, send them the link, youtube.com/Oiler News. We will be here in, wow, 2 minutes. Hello again. So before you is the jazz band here at Oil City High School, and if you notice in your program it says the Jazz Cats. And I sent them an email this week. We practiced 10th period, and I said, "Yo, Jazz Cats, come down 10th period." So they said, "Hey, you should put that in the program." So I did. So that's why it's there. And I said, "So you don't want to be like the Jazz Kitties or something?" I said, "No." So we're going to get started off with a tune that was made popular in 1980 by the group Lips Inc. This is Funky Town. And that was Chloe Shuffstall over there on the cowbell. Yeah, good job, Chloe. I got a fever. So from Lips Inc., we are now going to go to a little Paul Simon. And I can tell you what album this is from. This is from his 1986 album, Graceland. This is You Can Call Me Al, and you're going to hear a little bit from Sammy Bartlett up here on piccolo. Here we go, You Can Call Me Al. From the lighter side to something a little bit more heavy, this is from 1966. This is of course by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. This is Paint It Black. That was Kendall Miller over there rocking out on the drum set. Yeah, way to go, guys. Give us a couple minutes and we'll see you up on stage.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's concert performed by the Oiler Concert Band. We're excited to share an evening of music that reflects the hard work, dedication, and talent of our student musicians. Tonight's performance will feature selections ranging from classic concert band literature to contemporary works showcasing the versatility and artistry of our ensemble. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to spend the evening with us. We open the concert band portion of the evening with a programmatic piece. As lights dim and the music begins, imagine yourself transported to a crowded marketplace in the far east that is filled with mystery and anticipation. From the shadows emerge the snake charmer, whose hypnotic melody slowly awakens the serpent before him. In Randolph Stanbridge's Snake Charmer, swirling melodies, exotic harmonies, and driving percussion create a thrilling musical journey that grows from quiet suspense to explosive excitement. Please enjoy Snake Charmer.
provides a striking contrast with calm flowing melodies and a peaceful atmosphere meant to represent serenity and beauty. Finally, we conclude with Jupiter, the bringer of joy, perhaps the most famous movement of the suite. Full of energy, celebration, and triumphant melodies, Jupiter captures a spirit of joy and grandeur that has made it a favorite for audiences around the world. Please enjoy Planets by Gustav Holst.
Test. Check.
Our next selection is Ragtime Out by David Bobrowitz, a lively tribute to the energetic style of ragtime music. Ragtime became one of America's first truly popular music styles in the late 1800s and early 1900s, known for its syncopated rhythms, playful melodies, and steady oompa accompaniment that later helped influence jazz music. In Ragtime Out, Bobrowitz captures the spirit of classic ragtime with bouncing rhythms, quick-moving melodies passed throughout the ensemble, and humorous musical surprises along the way. Listen for the lighthearted character, crisp articulation, and infectious rhythmic drive that makes ragtime such a fun and enduring American musical tradition. Please enjoy Ragtime Out.
Okay. At this time, I would like to take a moment and recognize those students who represent the Euler Band outside of these walls. We participate in several festivals at this level, ranging from grades 9 through 12. They all have opportunities to represent the band at other places throughout Western Pennsylvania. The first one that I would like to recognize are those students who participate in our PMEA District 3 Band Fest. So when I say PMEA, that stands for the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association. That's the professional organization of music teachers from across the state. And the PMEA organization is divided into 12 different districts. Here in Venango County, we are in District 3, which encompasses schools, hope I get this, Venango, Forest, Clarion, Jefferson, Armstrong, and Indiana counties. So there's about 46 different school districts across those 6 different counties. And students in Band Fest, this is actually part of the middle school. For those of you who have gone through this, there's grades 6 through 9 that participate in Band Fest. There's two bands that are there. There's a 6th grade and a 7th grade band, and there's an 8th grade and a 9th grade band. So I took a contingent of 9th graders to participate in the 8th and 9th grade band. We went down to Penn West Clarion in March to participate in Band Fest. And these students prepare a folder of music above and beyond what we do here and what we have done in jazz band. So it's a little bit extra and a challenging folder at that. And we leave here in the morning, we spend the day practicing. So they put in about 8 or 9 hours throughout the day. And then that night, after practicing all day, they put on a concert. So these are my Band Fest students. And when I call your name, if you could please stand to be recognized and hold your applause till I get them all through. So our 9th grade Band Fest students, Samantha Bartlett, Desmond Grimm, Leah Knox, Caitlin Luxbacher, give a wave, Kendall Miller, Carter Ruditis, and David Smith. Did I get you all? Our Band Fest participants. So from Band Fest, I also take a contingent of students up to Mercyhurst University in Erie, and we do that usually in January or February, which is always a dicey time of going to Erie. Luckily, the weather was great this year, and we didn't have any issues with the snow belt up there. But I took a contingent of students to participate in the Mercyhurst Tri-State Honors Band. This honors band is not part of the PMEA program. This is put on specifically by Mercyhurst University, sort of as an outreach to them, and it's called Tri-State because it includes schools from Northwest Pennsylvania, Northeast Ohio, and New York Southern Tier. Sometimes we get some schools from there. So these students do also prepare a folder of music, but this is a multi-day festival, so we go up on Thursday and they do a placement audition with their music majors at Mercyhurst, and they are chaired within the ensemble. Then they practice all day on Friday and then half of the day on Saturday to put on an afternoon concert on Saturday. And these guys did a great job. So would my Mercyhurst University Tri-State Honors Band kids stand up when I call your name? Jaden Dietrich, Ethan Gautler, Caitlin Luxbacher, Bennington Manson, Kaylin Rogers, Chloe Schuffstall, Brianna Weilacher, Logan Whelms. Did I get everyone? These are your Mercyhurst Tri-State Honors Band students. My next contingent are my district band students. This is back to the realm of PMEA. District band is open to students who are in grades 10 through 12. And when they are selected for district band, selections take place in November, and they are given their music in November, and they have from that time until the festival to prepare this folder of music. And I will say that especially at the district band level, this is definitely at least a notch or two above everything that I've talked about so far. So this is challenging stuff. This is like getting into the college repertoire that these students have to prepare. So it takes a lot of intensive work to do this, and a lot of times these students are down in my room whenever they have study halls or whenever we have activity period at the end of the day. We're sitting down with the folder and spending time with this and really trying to whittle away some stuff because it's quite challenging. This year we had 5 participants in district band. So when I call your name, would you please stand up and be recognized? Peyton Hudak, Bennington Manson, Niaja Watson, Brianna Weilacher, Logan Whelms. Did I get you all? All right, your PMEA District 3 district band participants. So once you get to district band, you then are going through another placement audition. But this one is with the band directors from throughout PMEA District 3, and it's kind of a daunting procedure because these kids walk into a classroom and they just can see the backs of the heads of the judges in there, and they have score sheets and they're ranking them. And if they place in the top half of their section at the district level, they then move on to the region band level. And at the region band level, this is college level material. This is very advanced stuff that these guys are working on. I did have one student who placed in the top half of the trumpet section, and we trekked our way up to Northwestern High School this spring. Stand up, Logan Whelms. a region band participant. It's really great that we are able to go out and do these sort of like enrichment exercises, really to give these guys sort of like, you know, the next level. And when they go to these bands, like for instance, even BandFest, they're playing on a stage with about 160 different instrumentalists, and they get to meet these kids from schools from across Western Pennsylvania who do the exact same thing that they do. So they're fostering these relationships and really improving their playing by doing this intensive study of this. So we're very fortunate that we have so many students who are able to reach beyond the walls of Oil City High School. How about one more round of applause for all of our festival participants? All right, I am going to turn the microphone over to Stephen, who is going to tell you all about the Washington Post.
John Philip Sousa is one of the most important figures in American band music and history. From a young trombone player who almost ran away from home to play with a circus band, which was quickly thwarted by his father, to later becoming the 17th and most influential leader of the United States Marine Band. After his time with the Marine Band, he later started his own professional band that toured extensively across the US and Europe. Though his many accomplishments, he set the standard for the American march tradition, and much of his music became popular music of the turn of the 20th century. Sousa defined the classic march style: clear structure, strong rhythmic drive, and memorable melodies. Many of his march motifs would help define social dances of his time. Written in 1889, this march was commissioned for an award ceremony held by a local Washington, D.C. newspaper that holds the same title as the march, quickly becoming one of his most popular. We now perform the Washington Post.
So it's hard to believe that we are almost to the last notes of our last concert of the year. And at this time, it gives me the bittersweet pleasure to introduce to you the senior class of the Oiler Band. And like I have said, there's no doubt about it. I have a great job because I don't just get to see kids for 1 year. I get them whenever they are in 6th grade, and we are just working through book 1. And just like a couple nights ago, we just finished book 1 to getting to play Holst Planet Suite, getting to play John Philip Sousa marches with these guys. That's tough stuff. And to watch them grow and get to this point really gives me a lot of pride in the work that they have done and the amount of dedication that they have given to this. Isn't it nice that we get to watch the band on a stage in a nice air-conditioned closed room like this, and we're not down at the stadium and it's not like raining and snowing like all those times that you guys are out there doing that. So it's great that we are sort of comfortable in here, because there's been many times that you parents have been out there and I have seen you absolutely freezing, and you've seen these guys struggling to play at the end of the game because their fingers are so cold, or that it's so wet, or they are running through water because it's 90 degrees outside and we've got uniforms on. So it takes a lot of dedication to be able to say, that's something that I want to do, and that's something that I'm really proud of. So that means a ton to me to watch these kids go through that, and to see all that strife that we go through, and the next event comes, and they're like, yep, we're ready to go to it. So kudos to you parents for doing that. So I'm going to take some time and bring these kids down here to be recognized for their immense amount of work that they have put into the success of this program, and to get to tonight, and especially walking across this stage or down at the stadium in just a couple of weeks and watching them move onto bigger and better things. So when I call your name, seniors, if you could please come down, and we'll make sure we recognize them really big here at the end. So seniors, come on down. Paige Allen, Brianna Batten, you guys can come over here. Lindsay Corrala, Stephen Heiss, Alexis Mitchell, Wyatt Stouffer, Isabella Vorse, Emma Warrington, Niaja Watson, and Brianna Weilacker. Do I have everyone? Thanks is not enough for these kids, but how about a great big round of applause for these special kids up here on stage? So before I bid you adieu, in a couple weeks, your role is only going to transform, okay? You are going from participant, and I challenge you to go from participant to advocate. So if you enjoyed the time you had here, you are going to go forth from here, and you're going to do some really big things. And wherever that big thing is, or wherever you may go, make sure that you keep supporting band, because if it has a special place in here for you, it's going to have a special place for a lot of other people out there who are counting on you to be their champions as well. It's been my pleasure to have you on this stage, in the field, on the bus, in the band room, smelling great, maybe smelling not so great some days, let's be honest. But these are some of the greatest memories that I have of my life, is sharing with seniors who are up here on the stage. So I am proud of you. How about one more round of applause for these kids right here on stage? So while I have you on stage, I'm also going to award the John Philip Sousa Band Award. The John Philip Sousa Band Award is the highest award that is given in the world of high school band music. This award is actually voted on by the students. I put a ballot out of all of the students who are eligible for this, and everything from academic integrity to dedication to loyalty. And as the certificate reads, in recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music, for singular merit and loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. The John Philip Sousa Band Award is hereby presented to Niaja Watson. Come on over, Niaja. It's been a pleasure having Niaja here. How about a round of applause for Niaja Watson? Congratulations. Okay, so I am going to turn things over to, is that?
So every year, usually, people will get Mr. Conert a gift to show our appreciation back to him, because like he said, we've had him since 5th grade, 6th grade. We've had him through COVID, through the incident last year, and we've grown very close to Mr. Conert. So every year they try to get a gift. Some people do sentimental, some people do funny. We kind of went in the middle with it. So if you want to, there's a couple things in here. Let's see. Well, there's a card. You can open that later. Yeah. If you want to open this, or you could see on the front. Yes, all of this is very fragile. So, we have some little band figurines. All right, and then this one's the sentimentalish one. We have a book.
Oh. Band director, evil plan.
This just fell apart, but for whenever you retire your beloved Stanley, we have a trophy case for Stanley. Since, or when you retire and you retire him, that can go on your mantle or whatever. So
That's beautiful.
Beautiful little case for Stanley. It got a little fuzzy in there, but
That's okay. Stanley's my baton.
that thing should go in the history books for how great of a conductor Mr. Conert is. So thank you, Mr. Conert, for all the years you have given us.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Who's up? Emma's up, right? Before I do close things out, there are a couple of thank yous that are certainly warranted that I want to make sure that I talk about. Oh my gosh. So anyhow, first of all, programs like this don't exist without support. Yes, you get to see me up here, but there are a lot of cogs that are part of this machine that makes it work. And really that starts with our administration. Here at Oil City High School, I am privileged to work with 3 extraordinary administrators. I work with Craig Kasunik, I work with Sarah Hopt, and I work with Dr. Weller here at the high school. And let me tell you, my principals, they don't just sort of like watch from a distance. They come into the band room and they are there seeing the kids and they are asking me, what can I do to help? And they are always there for me through everything that happened through last year. They stepped right in, the band program kept going phenomenally. And they are always checking after me. And I really want to make sure I give a special shout out to our superintendent, Dr. Weller, who has been here for years and has done everything for the program. We have fundraised for uniforms, we've gotten the trailer, we have gotten raincoats, anything that the band needed. She is an active participant. And believe it or not, she is your popcorn popper for Music and Oil Country. And I have it in a text message. She is on schedule for September 12th of this year. So Dr. Weller, you're on the hook still. Even though you're retiring, you're still going to be here. How about a great round of applause for our fantastic administrative staff here at Oil City High School. And part of what makes this job great are the people that I get to work with every single day. And music like this doesn't just happen with magic dust, how cool that would be. But that starts with Mr. Shivak, that starts with Mrs. Heiss, that continues with Mr. Brown, that continues with Mr. Luxbacher, who I am not only great colleagues with them, but they are phenomenal friends of mine. How about a great round of applause for our other music staff that we have here at the high school. I say this every year, but something else who props me up is definitely my wife. She is the reason I am here. I'm still alive. So thank you, honey, for keeping me going and keeping me getting through here and keeping your support up. I appreciate you. Love you. Thank you, honey. That's just a quickie. Sorry. I already talked about you parents a little bit, but really the thanks goes to you. If you remember not too terribly long ago, you were listening to all kinds of squawks, squeals, slams, slaps, all weird sounds that came out of these instruments, to tonight whenever you got to hear a pretty advanced program. So my thanks to you parents for your support. To you senior parents, keep on supporting music no matter where that may be. And for you parents who continue to support us here and have some years to come, I am deeply grateful for all you have done, all you continue to do. Thank you to you parents. How about you kids on stage? Let's give a thank you for our parents out there and our supporters. So I'll back that up with this. I put the schedule for next fall out there. So you can start to mark your calendars. So anyhow, there's a lot of fun things that are still coming up for the future. So you can grab a schedule out there and catch that on your way out the door. And of course, these kids on stage, you know, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. Isn't that the truth? Because these kids come in, they tell me some really kooky stories and things, but they come in every day and they are smiling and they are ready to be there. These kids are the light of my day and have been for years. So my thanks to you kids up here on stage. For those of you who won't be participating here on stage with us in the band anymore, you know, my heartfelt thanks to you. And for those of you who are coming back, you got some big shoes to fill, and we got some work to do still. So still more to come. So proud of you kids. I'm finally done. I'm going to turn things over to Emma, right? Come on down. All right, thank you.
Our next selection is Great Movie Adventures, a thrilling medley featuring some of the most iconic film music ever written. The music of legendary composer John Williams has shaped the sound of modern cinema, bringing unforgettable stories to life through powerful themes and unforgettable melodies. In this arrangement, you'll hear highlights from several of his most famous scores, including the heroic Star Wars theme, the awe-inspiring music from Jurassic Park, and the magical, emotional theme from E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Each of these themes captures a different world, adventure, wonder, and excitement, yet all share Williams' signature ability to tell a story through music. From sweeping melodies to bold brass fanfares, Movie Adventures celebrates the imagination and cinematic brilliance of one of the greatest film composers of all time. On behalf of the OCHS bands, thank you for joining us this evening and especially for your continued support throughout the school year. As we reach the end of the year, we are grateful for the encouragement, dedication, and support you show our music program. As small as it may seem, it is the most important. We hope tonight's concert gave you a chance to celebrate our accomplishments this year. Thank you for being a part of our musical journey and for supporting music education in our schools. We wish you a safe, relaxing, and wonderful summer. And now we close with Great Movie Adventures.